I bet you I can guess what you're thinking. So I'm about to show you an object, and I want you to comment in the comments what comes to mind while this object is on the screen. All right? Ready, set, go. All right, so 1 second. Was it this? Okay. 80% of the people probably gonna say yeah to that. But if it wasn't that, was it this? This video is inspired by Nipsey Hussle. Seen him do a couple interviews talking about this book called Contagious. Shout out to Jonah Berger. And he goes over some of the principles, but I'm gonna put my own spin on it, going through all 6. And this will really help your business, especially with what we're going through right now with the COVID-19 and the down economy and millions of people losing their jobs. I think that if you apply these principles to whatever your job, your life, your business, I think that you'll always be ahead of the pack. And right, this book was mind-blowing, and I'm surprised that I've asked a lot of people about it. They haven't read it, so I definitely want to push that out there. So at this point, you have 2 options. You can let me talk about it, give you like the cliff notes on it, or I'll put the link in the comments for free, and you can get the free book online through this app called Libby. So I'll put that in the comments as well. So I'm about to show you the video, so stay tuned, or pause this video and go read it for yourself. All right, peace. All right, my people, so if you made it this far, you're really rocking with me. So I'm about to give y'all that gold. So I really took my time with getting through this book and just like really learning some things that I can apply. So I'm gonna give you some tangible items that you can apply right now. That way it won't be something that I'm just giving you a principle and you don't know how to use it in your real life. So here we go. Number 1, status. So think about how you use social media, right? If you see your friend, they wanna be the first to post something. So whenever you post something or share something, it's either gonna make you look stupid or it's gonna make you look cool. And a lot of times we wanna look cool on social media. So think about like if you see somebody post about the COVID-19, like a new update about it. Well, if you're the first person to post that, you look cool to your friends. And so everything that we do in life is either gonna increase our status or decrease our status. In the book, they refer to it as social currency, but I see it as status because you don't wanna do anything that's gonna jeopardize your status in life, because you know, we care about what we think of ourselves. We really do. So that's why it's important to make sure that you're always leveling up your status and doing things like that. Another example that you can really take home would be like a cool way to make money. So like a lot of times right now, people are making a ton of money on Robinhood and other, stock trading apps because the stock market is going so far down. I think it's at a record low right now, and people are making money on that, and it's not as hard as most people think. So that's number 1, all right? So let's get to the second one. Number 2 is triggers. So I gave you the peanut butter example because that was a trigger, right? So with having a peanut butter, what did that make you do? You automatically think of jelly, but it's not always like so in sync like that. Because if I would have showed the jelly first, you may not have thought of peanut butter. But if I show you the peanut butter first, you are more than likely to think of the jelly and the bread. So that's a trigger. And a lot of times, trigger words get people to move positively or negatively. I'll give you an example. When you hear Black Lives Matter, that gets some people fired up, that gets some people, happy, all emotions start going. Another one is when you say Make America Great Again, that gets people fired up in a positive way and in a negative way. So make sure that whatever word you create is like a trigger word. At one point, Google, I don't know if y'all knew this, but Google wasn't a verb. Like they had to make it a verb. And so by them making it a verb, it became just a common trigger word. It became a common trigger word in everyday life. I'll give you another one. So I live in Buckhead, right? Buckhead, Atlanta. So when people hear that word Buckhead, it's a trigger word to think, oh, you're affluent, you're bougie, you bad, But if I say Beverly Hills, that's even at a much higher level. You know what I'm saying? So just hearing those trigger words, and think about in your business and in your life how you can make a word a trigger or complement a word that's already a trigger. So that way, not only when they think of that, they think of you, because you want to somehow be in the equation. Because if you're always in the equation, you always make money. All right? So let's get to the third one. Number 3, emotion. Wow, this is really on time with what we're going through right now. So in the media, they are very, very clever at activating 2 emotions. And I'll tell you right now what they are. So these 2 emotions are fear and anxiety. fear and anxiety mobilizes people in a way that I've never seen before in my life, like I'm seeing today. So when you hear somebody saying, oh, there's gonna be a shortage, what does everybody start doing? Flooding to the stores, hoarding everything, buying toilet paper that's, you know, filling up their whole house. I mean, I hope their house never floods, because they'll just be instant wet wipes. But you know, that's what we're dealing with right now. And so fear and anxiety brings people just in just total chaos. So that's two emotions that if you know how to activate and manipulate, you can really get people to move. It's not really a good strategy. It's not my strategy. I don't like to get people to move off of fear. Well, not much so much anxiety, but fear. But I want it to be like in a positive way, like fear of missing out for something positive, not missing out on toilet paper. Okay, so that's number 3. Number 4 is visible. Oh, this is a really good one. So think about when you go to a barbershop, right? When you go to a barbershop and let's say they don't do appointments, you could just walk in. So for some reason, as men, we really care about how our hair looks. Like, we don't want a barber to, like, you know, push our lining back further than it already is. They don't want us to, they want a barber that's gonna actually listen and cut us how we wanna be cut. And usually the barbers who are sitting in their own chair, like meaning that they're waiting on the client, for some reason, he'll be like, man, I could get you. And you know how the phrase goes, oh no, man, I'm waiting on him. Like, you can get a cut right now, problem solved, right? But it's just people tend to do what other people are doing. Another example would be when you go to a restaurant and like you get your food to go and they have a tip jar. Well, if there's no money in there, the chance of you leaving money in there is slim. But if it's almost full to the brim, you're more than likely to leave tips in there. And so what people do, these waitresses and waiters, they'll put their own money in there just to kind of get it going, because it's so psychological, y'all. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. So, and you can think of so many examples, but that's just 2 right off the bat, okay? Number 5, be useful. So with these YouTube videos, I'm always wanting to be useful, and you know, we call it practical value, and well, that's what he calls it in the book, but I like to say useful. Like, give somebody useful information, because it doesn't matter where y'all are. Y'all could be on a hiking trip, y'all could be on an airplane, y'all could be in an elevator. If you give somebody useful information, that's gonna make you memorable, that's gonna make you more valuable, it's gonna increase your status. And to be honest, all of these kind of go together, but I think that having them each and individually also talks about how you can see them from like a bird's eye view and then kind of zone in and, you know, use them together and combine them. So that's that. And last but not least, oh, hold on, one more thing I want to say about useful and practical value. So I'll give you an example, because I don't want to leave without giving an example. So right now, based on the tax ramifications and the tax code, if you own a business, you can pay your child you can sign them up as an employee and pay them up to $12,000 a year and not have to pay that money back in taxes. So that's tax-free money, and you're basically giving them a savings account. So that's gold. And another thing that I like to tell people, since I travel a lot, this free travel game, is if you fly with Southwest and you have Companion Pass, right? Let's just say y'all going to LA and y'all in Atlanta. Well, you and your companion lives in Houston, or they're in Houston at the time, but you live in Atlanta. Y'all going to LA, okay? So you find a flight that has a layover in Houston, and you go to LA, because Companion Pass, how it works is their flight is free. You just pay the 9/11 fee, the TSA fee or whatever, okay? So you have the layover in Houston, have them pick up in Houston with you, and then y'all go to LA, then same thing on the way back, drop them off in Houston, you keep going. So like, that's just free game, and that's useful information, and it's something that a lot of people don't think about. So that's how you stay relevant, that's how you stay memorable, all those things. So here's the last one. Story. Think about, oh my God, from day one, we're programmed to listen to stories. Like, I read to my daughter every day and every night. So she's just conditioned, we're conditioned to hear stories. I could have said all this stuff without giving you any context. I could have just like opened up all of these, took the paper off of all of these and just walked off and said, hey, this is what it is. But giving you the story behind it, giving you the context makes it more memorable. I remember Shaquille O'Neal was talking about how he failed his marketing class in college, and you know, he's one of the biggest brands there is as far as athletes go. And one thing that he was saying was, you want to be memorable. So let's just say I'm trying to come up with this new jelly, but the whole family, like on a commercial or the ad, we're fighting over the jelly for like 30 seconds. We're all fighting to get the last scoop of the jelly. So you may not even remember what kind of brand it was. You will remember after seeing a commercial, but The brand could have been insignificant. The jelly may not even be that good. But the fact that we were fighting over it, it was some drama included, you know, with some suspense, all of those things added in, you're gonna remember about the jelly. And you can't buy something that you don't remember. So that's why being memorable and marketing yourself is important. And then sales is the oxygen. That way you can close and keep your profit margins high and things like that. So I think I covered all of that. So again, thank you for watching this far. If you made it to this far of the video, if you made it to this far of the video, you're really rocking with me and I appreciate it. As far as this goes, comment which one you didn't know or which one helped you the most. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you like the video and share with anybody who it would be of value to or be useful to. All right? Peace. See you on the next video.